Hello and welcome. I'm your host Ruby Gill and I feel honored to welcome you all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So attendees, what do you think? What is the sense of today's webinar? Well, I'm glad to share with much excitement that today our expert will deliver his expertise and make us learn about cybercrimes and legal remedies. And I'm sure you all will also be excited to be the part of today's learning process. So kindly allow me to introduce our experts. Dr. Meenu Chopra, Associate Professor, School of Law, Lovely Professional University. She has been very instrumental in research when it comes to education. She is specialized in taxation laws and she has been working in the field of accountancy and taxation from past 18 years and having experience in industry and academics as well. She is continuously keeps on harnessing her skills while pursuing various courses on expandable areas such as soft skills, educational leadership, outcome-based pedagogy, developing IPR, and other associated fields. She has been researching in business laws, constitutional laws, matters of social interest as well. So to her credit, she has presented and published more than 16 papers in numerous journals of repute. So ma'am, it's a privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a warm welcome.
Also, I would like to humbly welcome Mr. Ramandeep Singh, Assistant Professor and Moot Court Coordinator, School of Law, Lovely Professional University. His expertise lies in cyber law, criminal and civil procedure, and he has an experience of working in court as well as handle matters in divergent areas leading to expertise in academic and practical matters. So, sir, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Additionally, I would like to welcome our admission expert, Ms. Rachna Bajaj, Senior Assistant, Lovely Professional University. So attendees today, she'll give you an insight of eligibility, fee and scholarship, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. And in addition to that, she'll also be sharing the infrastructure part of the university. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. So with this, we'll begin today's webinar. I welcome you all once again to the webinar and looking forward for a great interactive session. So sir, over to you for the content of the day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So I welcome you all to this lecture, which shall expose you towards cybercrime. So in this, we are going to study the meaning of cybercrime, the nature and legal remedies which a person may have against the cybercrimes. Before actually starting with cybercrimes, we need to ponder upon these two questions which I have on the screen. The first question is, A accesses Instagram account of B by hacking into his account. Now, what offense has he committed? See, I can make an analogy here. Suppose you have your house, okay, and if somebody enters your house without your permission, that is criminal trespass, okay. And even if somebody enters your car without your permission, that is criminal trespass. We know it. Entering somebody's property without the consent of the other person is criminal trespass, and it is punishable under IPC. We have provisions for it. So can I say that here too he has committed criminal trespass? Because somebody got access to your digital property. Your Instagram account is your digital property, and if somebody gets to have your password and accesses your account, is it not criminal trespass? If it was criminal trespass when he entered your house without your permission. So we'll talk about it. We'll assess this, whether it is criminal trespass or not. Again, we'll come to the second question. These are questions just to ponder over, to think about. Okay. A logs into B's computer when B was not around. So B was not there. He logs into his computer, puts a pen drive, and starts copying some files. Has he committed theft? Because if we talk about the traditional case, like my money is there in the drawer, I was not there. Somebody picked my money, somebody stole my money, he has committed theft. A thief was there in the house when I was not there. So he stole my jewelry, he stole my money. It is theft. So can I say that here too, in the second case, A is liable for committing theft because he stole some files from my computer and put it on his pen drive. So these two questions are some questions which are actually required to be pondered upon in order to understand the nature of cyber crimes. Now, I like to tell you here that here in the first case he will not be liable for criminal trespass. When A accessed Instagram account of B, he will not be liable for criminal trespass. In second case also, when A copied files from B's computer, he will not be liable for theft. The reason is IPC was passed in 1860, way back in 1860 when computers were not there, when there was no technology. So when the legislature drafted IPC, it did not keep this thing in mind that there is some technology. Okay, there is going to be computers over there, there's going to be softwares, all right, there's going to be internet. So they did not have this thing in mind. And while interpreting a particular statute, we have to keep intention of the parliament, intention of the legislature in mind. So you cannot apply the provisions of criminal trespass, the provisions of theft contained in IPC in these cases. Moreover, the word property, movable property, is defined in IPC. There is a section, the section number is section 22. It says that the movable property is the property which is corporeal in nature. I have underlined here in red. The corporeal property means the property which can be physically touched, tangible property. So meaning thereby you can commit theft only of tangible property. And your Instagram account is not tangible in nature, it is intangible property. You cannot actually touch it. It is inaccessible to you. It is contained in cyberspace. So I can say that IPC actually deals with traditional offenses only because the word property is restricted in nature. It just deals with the physical property as such. It does not talk about non-corporeal property. Hence, from this analysis, from the analysis of these two questions which we have made, I can deduce one thing. I can deduce one thing, that there is bifurcation of offenses which I can make. One is traditional offenses and other is the cyber offenses. All right. So when somebody accessed your Instagram account, all right, he did not commit traditional offense. He did not commit trespass. Rather, he committed a cyber offense, which is altogether a new kind of offense. Okay, it is not contained in IPC. It is not a part of traditional offense. All right. So I can say from this, I can also come to the definition of cyber crimes. Cyber crimes are not traditional offenses. So these are the crimes which were earlier unknown to the world. They were unknown to the jurists. They were unknown to the legal world prior to the birth of technology, prior to the birth of internet. They came into being only after computer came into being, only after technology came into being, internet came into being. Before that, they were not existing. And this is the reason that IPC cannot deal with them, and we require special laws to deal with cybercrimes. And one of those special laws is Information Technology Act. For India, cybercrimes are dealt under Information Technology Act. All right, I believe this much is clear concerning the meaning of cybercrimes. So I'll move on further to some examples of cybercrime. Now these are contained in IT Act here. You may see in the bracket I'm quoting IT Act only, and these are the sections 66C, 66C, D, and so on. So the first offense which I am going to talk about is violation of bodily privacy. Suppose a girl goes to some store, clothing store, brand store. Okay, she wants to try an outfit, so she goes to the trying room. But the owner has placed a camera there in the try room. So when she's changing, her body is exposed there, and the owner is making the video of it. Now, this is the violation of bodily privacy, because it is reasonable on her part to expect that when she is trying an outfit that nobody is watching her. But here, this privacy, this aspect of privacy is being violated, and this has been made an offense under Section 66E of IT Act. All right. Okay, you may ponder upon this thing. What if the owner was a female and the man who went into try room was a male? So it was, the victim was male and he was changing, his body got exposed, the owner who placed the camera was a female. Even in that case, Section 66E will apply. Section 66E, violation of bodily privacy, is gender neutral in nature. It is not gender specific. An analogous section is contained in IPC. There it is gender specific, like rape is gender specific. It can be committed only against a woman, not against man. Voyeurism is there. It can be committed only against a woman, not against man. But unlike those provisions in IPC, IT Act Section 66E says that this provision is gender neutral. Victim can be man, victim can be a female, no problem. The accused can be a man, the accused can be female, no problem. All right. So this offense shall also be attracted when such photo is also uploaded or published upon any online platform like Facebook, or even if it is further sent to somebody else on WhatsApp. Nude photos being sent on WhatsApp without the consent of the other person. This offense shall be attracted. Violation of bodily privacy. So I'll come to the second offense, identity theft. Section 66C contains identity theft. Here, as the word says, identity. See, on the internet, how do you identify yourself? You have certain unique passwords with you. Like for Facebook, you have a password with you, which only you know. So, and even for the banking profiles, banking sites, your accounts, you use internet banking, you create passwords, only you know those passwords. Then we have digital signatures too, which are unique to the person. You subscribe to the digital signature, and through this you can enter into online contracts. We call them e-contracts by affixing those digital signatures. So if somebody uses those signatures, digital signatures or a password which are unique to you, which identify you, and accesses your account, accesses some information, this is called identity theft. All right. So I'll move to the next offense, which is phishing. See, this is very common. Section 6060. This malpractice, this offense, okay, it is prevalent in India a lot. The reason may be unawareness. Lack of awareness is there regarding this offense. It may happen that a person will call you and pose that he is a bank official. He is a person from your bank, and he'll try to, you know, elicit information from you, sensitive information like your password, like your OTP, one-time password. So he is misrepresenting himself by personating himself as a bank official, as a person from your bank, and you are relying upon him. You're relying upon that misrepresentation, and you give the password, and he accesses your bank account and the money gets transferred. This offense is called phishing. He has committed cheating. This person shall be charged under this section 6060 IT Act, read with section 420 of IPC also, because it is a case of fraud too. Huh? He has misrepresented intentionally with a dishonest intention to cause wrongful loss to you to obtain money. So both the section 66D as well as 420 of IPC shall be attracted here. This is the offense of phishing. Okay, posing as a bank official and getting the money. Then comes another offense, which is publishing obscene material, obscenity. This is the complete code of obscenity under the IT Act 67, 67A, 67B. All right. What is obscene shall depend upon the morals of the society. Something may not be obscene in an urban area, in a metro city, but the same thing may be obscene in a village, in a rural area. Something may not be obscene in US, but it may be obscene in India. So it shall depend upon the locality where the information is published. And also the provisions talk about certain exceptions. For instance, we have the chapters pertaining to reproduction. All right, in our ebooks of biology, we have a lot of information concerning sex education, which prima facie may be obscene, but it is required for the promotion of science. So that will not be offense. If something prima facie apparently obscene is published on internet for promotion of science, art, literature, it will not be obscene in that case. Otherwise, it shall be obscene. All right. So pornography, you know it. Now, the Supreme Court has made a difference here, because see, there are two sections here. 67 talks about obscenity, and pornography shall talk about 67A shall talk about pornography. So which one will be attracted at what place? Supreme Court has deduced it. So in the judgment, Supreme Court said pornography definitely means having sexual content in it. And sexual, by the term sexual itself means there must be two persons on the screen. So if one person is there in the video content or the image, then 67 will be attracted. It shall be obscene material, but it will not be classified as pornography legally. But if two persons are there, because sex always involves two persons, it will be pornography, and 67A will be attracted in that. Then aggravated form of pornography is child pornography here. Publication of child pornography, promotion of child pornography, even sending it to somebody else on WhatsApp is also an offense. And child is a person who is below the age of 18 years, both male and female. Here I would like to mention that Even watching the child pornography has been made an offense under 67. Watching too, not mere publication, not mere transmitting it, even watching it. All right. Then the cases, the questions which I talked about in introduction, when somebody hacks into your Instagram account, it is not criminal trespass. When somebody logs into your computer and steals some file, copies some file onto pen drive, or I told you that it will not be case of theft under IPC. Such types of acts are covered under section 66 of IT Act. Like you can see, computer related offenses like accessing information without permission. Now, this is the offense which informally we talk about cyber trespass. We may call it informally cyber trespass, but IT Act does not call it trespass as such. It is an offense under 66 IT Act. Accessing without permission. Downloading, copying data without permission. That is not theft. It is computer related offense covered under IT Act. Introducing virus, all right. This is also an offense under 66. Denial of access. If you are denying somebody access to a website, this is also an offense under 66. Last is cyber terrorism. Now you may have observed it or read it some newspapers, or you may have stumbled upon these videos also while surfing on internet. There are some violent videos also present which promote the agenda of certain organization like ISIS. Okay, they publish the videos of beheading the victims in order to generate terror among in or fear in society. That is an act of cyber terrorism. Using the videos, using technology to induce terror in society. This is an act of cyber terrorism. All right. And there was a case where there is a country called Ecuador. The country's official sites were actually hacked. All of the official sites were actually hacked, which caused terror and fear in the society. That was a case of cyber terrorism. 66. Since we are done with the offenses, some of the offenses under IT Act, now it becomes pertinent to talk about the remedies. See, what if a cyber crime happens with you? What if you are the victim of a cyber crime? What can you do? The first and the foremost thing which is required to be done is lodging FIR. You are required to go to the police station immediately. Now, why do I say immediately? Because if there is some unexplained delay, all right, it affects the evidentiary value of the FIR. So FIR has to be lodged immediately. There should not be any amount of delay, unreasonable delay, because it is otherwise going to go against the victim. All right, since you can do coloring in FIR, you can create your own story in FIR, it will lead to this suspicion. So FIR is the first thing which is required to be done immediately. But let me tell you, FIR can be lodged only for cognizable offenses. What is cognizable offense, what is not cognizable offense is mentioned in the act itself. And if the act is silent concerning this, then CRPC provides us that if this offense is cognizable or not. You can lodge the FIR only for cognizable offense. If your offense was non-cognizable, you immediately go to the court and file a complaint before the magistrate. So this is the first recourse. The magistrate has the power to direct investigation, all right, or he may take the case by himself. Now, when FIR is lodged, investigation commences. This is the reason that FIR is called something which kickstarts the whole criminal procedure. It initiates the whole criminal procedure. So investigation will be carried out by the police officer. But IT Act here provides for a special provision that this investigation cannot be carried by a police officer which is below the rank of inspector. He has to be at least an inspector. All right. And we have cyber cell department specially skilled in this regard, specially skilled in investigation of cyber offenses. All right. In each state police department. So they do the investigation of cyber offenses. Now let's talk about some particular provisions contained in IT Act which empower the government in dealing with cyber offenses. See, why special provisions? Because the offender, unlike in traditional offenses, if somebody wants to commit murder, he has to physically be present on spot where he wants to commit murder. He has to come near to the victim. But a cyber offense, a person can commit it by sitting, relaxing at his home easily. He need not be on spot. So this is the reason we need special provisions in dealing with these type of offenses. Now, first is the government, both the center and state government has the power to intercept messages, intercept information which is being exchanged via internet. All right. Here they also have the power to order decryption of messages, decoding of messages. Like WhatsApp says that our messages are end-to-end encrypted. End-to-end encrypted means when they are being passed on, they are coded and then they are decoded again. All right. So the government can force WhatsApp to give the messages, to provide the evidence concerning it. But this cannot be done in every case, otherwise it shall amount to violation of privacy. If you are talking to your friend, the government cannot intercept the messages as such and decode them. It is only allowed in some special cases like where the sovereignty of India, integrity of India, defense of India, security of state is threatened, where friendly relations with the foreign states or public order is going to suffer otherwise. All right. So the government has the special powers only in these cases to intercept the messages and decrypt them. But I want to clarify it here that on phone tapping, we have a judgment by the Supreme Court which says that phone tapping is not allowed. Okay. Messages on these grounds can be intercepted. If you want to look into some case regarding this, it is Afzal Guru's case. Afzal Guru versus Union of India when Parliament of India was attacked. All the co-conspirators used to talk. They used to talk on SMSs. They were intercepted and they were given in evidence to prove the conspiracy. 69A is another provision, okay, special provision which the government has in dealing with cyber offenses. It talks about blocking some websites. The government can block some websites. An example is when the government ordered to block porn sites. The porn sites were blocked recently. All right. Another example is when some websites in Jammu and Kashmir were blocked. When after the reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir. All right. So this was the provision 69A, which was used by the government at that time. All right. And definitely the government can empower the cyber security cell to monitor, like you have the CCTV cameras, they can install CCTV cameras, they can see the traffic. All right. So this can be done under 69B of IT Act. Now we have talked about government's powers. Why not talk about court's power? What can a lawyer do in the court? All right. See, I'll talk about a situation here. Suppose you have your client, okay, he has been falsely, uh, implicated in a case. Like it is shown in the FIR that he committed, he caused hurt, grievous hurt to the victim on this date between this period of time from 8 to 9. Say. So you want to, get him acquitted because he was falsely implicated. You want to show that he was somewhere else at that time. So you can apply before the court, okay, under this section of CRPC. The court may order production of location records. Okay, if he had turned his location on, all right, the network authority, even the intermediaries were able to know where he was. So from that intermediary or network authority, we can get his location and we can show that at this period of time where it is alleged that he has committed the offense, he was somewhere else. So you prove alibi, he will get acquitted. And this is actually a true case which I'm quoting here. It actually happened. All right. So the accused was acquitted. And the last thing which I want to share is there's an initiative by the government, all right, because see in India there is a social stigma in approaching the police when the offense is sexual in nature. Sexual offenses are there, social stigma is attached to it. So the government has this initiative, cybercrime.gov.in. This is a portal by the government. So whenever any cybercrime which is sexual in nature has been committed against a person, that person can lodge a complaint online by accessing this portal. So this is the government's initiative. So I believe that's it from my side. Yes, ma'am. If you could have some queries, any. Am I
Thank you,
audible?
ma'am. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Ruby, ma'am, you are not audible.
Yes, ma'am. Please give me a moment. Yes, ma'am. So, thank you so much, sir. This was very impactful presentation, and you have bounded us with your visionary thoughts. And audience, thank you so much for your patience and participation. And I'm sure you must have upgraded your skills by the inputs and learnings shared by Mr. Ramandeep Singh. So, sir, thank you so much. So, ma'am, would you like to add something to this, or we'll quickly move to the queries part?
Ma'am, in case if the queries are related to cybercrime, I think we should take it first. Then I can proceed ahead.
No, ma'am, you can continue. We can hold the queries and we'll take it afterwards.
Okay, fine. So students, it was a wonderful session, I believe. Raman sir has shared the things in a very explicit manner. Even I heard for the entire presentation now only. And actually it was good enough to impart the basic as well as the technical understanding to the students. And I believe that the students shall be able to take benefit out of it and may use this expertise or this knowledge in the upcoming future as well. So, dear students, let me tell you, this is one of the issues that we have been talking about, the cyber crime and other related things. But in case if you are taking admission, so after taking the admission in law, you will be much more exposed to such kind of more sessions, as if it's a legal knowledge only that we people are sharing, not only from the academics, but rather from the real life examples also. So law is basically applicable in society, and what are the problems those are coming up as such, what are the tentative solutions given under the law and under the authorities, what feedback we have received. So accordingly also things are. So there were students just very precise. I think I was audible to you, sir. Whether I was audible or I was muted at some point,
Ma'am,
I
you're
guess.
audible. Yes, ma'am, you're
Okay.
audible and clear.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so students, just giving you very precise information about the School of Law. So as if sir is already taking classes with us about the cyber laws. and sir is our mood court coordinator as well. So along with that, we are imparting information in the various other areas. The courses that have been offered by us, it is the BBA LLB program, BA LLB program, then the 3 years LLB course, LLM program, and of course the PhD that we people are offering. So students whosoever are interested in doing law, as I believe that the UG students are again those who are to take admission after 10+2. So accordingly, you people might be thinking of whether to take admission in BBLLB or BLLB. So just to clarify one aspect first, because it remains a query of majority of the students hereby, like the differentiation points, what are the differentiating factors among the same? So law is the same in both the areas, either it is BALLB or BBLLB. So according to your interest area, you may opt for the course where you feel you are more comfortable in, but law taught in both the areas shall remain same. Then students, as if we are having various subjects available with us, so accordingly, first of all, the curriculum, whatever is there, so that curriculum is supposed to be approved by Bar Council of India. So our courses, whatever we are running, those are approved by Bar Council of India, and this is a mandatory condition which has to be followed as such. Then the courses being offered is the perfect blend of academic as well as industrial information. So academic information, of course, the teachers are deliberating in the classes, but not only those deliberations are sufficient, we believe. So accordingly, we allow our students, we rather make it convenient for the students that they shall be getting exposure outside the classes as well. For that, we have very well planned manner of sending the students to the internships. So going to the internship is one of the important and mandatory aspect for all the law students. So apart from attending the classes as such and reading the subjects as such, we will like say you that you should be visiting the industry for our purposes, of course, the courts, the commissions, the authorities as such. Thereby, you will see that how the law is practically being made applicable in the society. So it's not only the theoretical knowledge that we are talking about, rather it is a blend of theoretical as well as the practical knowledge. And definitely this knowledge is going to give you a better exposure as such. Then students, along with the faculty members, we do have certain adjunct faculties available with us. So all those about sir, let me tell you, he is having a experience in the classes as well as in the courtroom. Same is about myself. I have been working in the courts also and working for various other fields also. But along with such people, like along with the teaching faculties like us, you shall be able to get guidance from the adjunct faculties. The adjunct faculty members are the people who are expertised in the specialized matters and are not the teachers by professions but are the working professionals either in the courts, tribunals or wheresoever. So depending upon their specialization, we make it convenient for the students that they shall be getting the benefit of their expertise too. Okay, so these are some of the important aspects that I have already told you about. So one also another factor that I would like to highlight hereby, and that factor is about the offering of the honor selectors. So the basic courses, those are being offered by all the law colleges, as some of them are regulated by the as majority of the courses are regulated by the Bar Council of India. But in the meanwhile, we also make a window for our students whereby they are able to get the specialized knowledge in the form of honor selectors. So honor selectors as being offered to the students from time to time shall be from the various areas of law depending upon your interest. You may choose it. The examples of such are the constitutional law, the business law papers, the NIPR, international law, criminal law, and so on. So it is your area, your choice that what you want to opt for and which area you want to go into detail and you want to create your specialization as such. Okay, so those opportunities definitely we shall be providing to all of you. Then internships I have already told you about, and of course we are talking about the LPU. So LPU is not only for the academic rigor that we have, but also for the vibrancy in the campus that we maintain. And that vibrancy in the campus, at least in School of Law, is maintained through the incorporation of various events in the form of webinars, guest lectures, the moot court sessions, and so many other things whereby you will feel yourself challenged at all the aspects of life. And definitely, it is going to help you to create or to develop your personality in the holistic manner. So I believe that all these opportunities will help you further to plan and shape your career, and you shall be able to get expertise knowledge not only from the teachers but also from the industrial experts. So this is something very precisely I have told you about. For details, definitely you can visit our website and are the social media handles. Whatever activities we are conducting as such, it is all updated on social media. So now I think I should be handing it over to the review ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your vision with the attendees. So yes, ma'am, with this, we'll come to our QA section. So ma'am, we have few queries from the attendees. So with your permission, sir, can we take up those queries?
Yes, please.
All right. So, ma'am, as sir was discussing about cyber crime, so there is a attendee, Gursimranjeet. He wants to know that is cyber crime a cognizable offense, and if I opt this specialization, what is the future scope? So, anyone from you can put some light on this?
If I may,
Over to sir.
the Simran, offenses as such, cybercrime is a type of category of offenses. All right, like there are matrimonial offenses, like there are property related offenses, state offenses. So cybercrime is a category of offenses. Now it shall depend upon each offense whether it is cognizable or not. Actually, I'll tell you what a cognizable offense is. A cognizable offense is an offense in case of which a police officer can arrest the accused without obtaining a warrant. Like he need not obtain a warrant in order to arrest the accused. That is the cognizable offense. And in a non-cognizable offense, before arresting the accused, he has to obtain a warrant from the magistrate, from the court. All right. And CRPC provides that FIR can be lodged for only a cognizable offense and not for a non-cognizable offense. So if it shall depend whether what kind of offense it is. Is it cyber stalking? Okay. Is it violation of bodily privacy? Is it identity theft? What kind of offense it is, and whether that offense is cognizable or non-cognizable. Accordingly, you shall have recourse to FIR or to the complaint. Now, how will you come to know whether this offense is cognizable or not? You want to know this, that how do you come to know whether this particular offense, identity theft, is cognizable or not? For this, for any offense, actually, let me tell you, we come to know it from CRPC. There is a schedule attached in CRPC. At the end of CRPC, a table is made. And the last column of the table tells us whether a particular offense, even for IPC, it says whether cheating is cognizable, whether murder is cognizable or not. Similarly, it also talks about IT Act. But even in some case, if it is silent, all right, there may be special section contained in the IT Act. IT Act may also provide that offences under this act are cognizable. Then IT Act, since it is a special law, it will overrule the CRPC. And if such provision is absent in IT Act, you go to CRPC, open the table and see if it is cognizable or not. This is what police officers do. How do they come to know that they have to register the FIR? They open the CRPC, at the end they see the schedule, they see what offense it is, and accordingly they come to know this is cognizable. Okay, we can write the FIR. If they come to know that this is not cognizable, they'll say we shall only write the DDR, daily diary report. In that case, the police officer will say that you go to the court, you go to the magistrate. So this is the significance of cognizable and non-cognizable. I hope I able to clear it.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much. So we'll move on to the next query. This is a query from Tenzin. He wants to know that there are numerous challenges in cyber crimes. So how LPU will prepare us to be efficient in putting up these type of cases in court after the completion of the course?
All right.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
You
sir.
may.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, as of cyber law is definitely one of the subjects that we are offering, and we are offering a special basket in our PG program also, which is concerning the criminal and the cyber laws. So, whereby the details are just kept into consideration. So, hereby at least all the students are exposed to the basic codes of the cyber law, and thereby you, in case if you have your interest in this particular area, you can undergo internships. So as I already told you that internship is an integral part of our program. So as if you are interested in the pursuing your career in the cyber area, so you should be going with the various agencies which are having expert knowledge, and definitely you should have the hands-on exposure over there. So it will be adding to your knowledge, and accordingly, once you can apply for the firms who are dealing into it and can get the you can say the working opportunity thereby.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, ma'am, we'll take up last but not the least query. This is from Sneha. She wants to know that how LPU facilitate for the holistic or the overall development of the student. As we have to present ourselves on a court, we should have good communication skills and personality enhancement. So, how LPU facilitate in this?
Okay, so as if once we are talking about the holistic development of the student, the student please minded that we are not hereby delivering the academic degree, but something above that. And above that, once I'm talking about, it's not the curriculum that we are talking about. Along with the curriculum, it is made in such a manner that whatever are the basic skills required for the purpose of the student, all are those being dispensed to the student. Okay, be it with the soft skills, be it with the mooting skills, be it with the presentation in the code, how you have to appear in the code, what kind of procedures are being adopted there, what kind of files you can prepare, how you can handle the basic cases, all such kind of information we have incorporated in our curriculum. And internship, as I am already telling you people, so internships are an integral part of it. So along with the studies, whatever you are reading in the classes, we just request all of you to visit the course or visit the various agencies and see that what are the lacunas in the system, what are the systems those are being actually applied hereby. So all such informations are considered as such as the overall package I will tell you. So holistic development, it not only involves the academic informations or the academic knowledge, but also the non-academic activities as well in the form of the curricular and extracurricular activities. So thereby definitely it's such a vibrant university, you will always sense out that so many things are going on at a stretch. Okay, so you have always all the options available for yourself. Whatever you choose, whatever suits you, whatever interests you, definitely we are going to provide you all such kind of opportunities. And trust me, by the end of 5 years, once you shall be leaving the campus, you will feel yourself to be a different person as compared to the people when you enter the institution. Now,
Yes, I completely agree with you. So, attendees, as you have heard, ma'am, this is such a vibrant and versatile university that you will experience so many different variation injected in you. So, our faculty is there to explore that talent in you, and yes, there is each and every kind of development will be there. The LPU faculty will assist you in this. So thank you so much, ma'am. And sir, there is a query. I don't know. This is query is popping up again from Rohita Rora. I don't know. It is relevant to the presentation. The person attendee wants to know about the IPC section 43 deals with the same. Is it relevant to the presentation? What you have showed to us, sir?
Section 43. As such, there are many sections. As of now, I believe section 43 talks about injury, maybe. See, IPC is general law. Okay, it defines certain terms within it. Like injury is defined there, harm is defined there, death is defined there, animal is defined there, human being is defined there, person is defined there. And IT Act is a special law. All right. But whatever is being defined in IPC, that shall also be applied in IT Act. That shall also be applied in IT Act. For instance, in IT Act, uh, an offense provides that a person who commits this offense. So the person term is there. So how do we come to know whether person is juristic person, whether company can be a person or not here? So we'll open IPC for that, because IPC as such is a general law and this is special law. So both shall be, read in tandem. So this definition
Okay, so
definitely will be relevant even while interpreting the IT Act. Definitely.
okay, students, so as if there are various sections, so I just add on one thing that all the time we require our students to be present in classes along with the bare acts. Okay, we teach you the interpretation of the act, but we do not expect you to memorize all the sections all the time. Okay, so as if it is a very targeted question, section 43, so it is just like feeling like you are going to check the knowledge of the teacher. So such kind of mysterious things we normally acknowledge in our classes. But please come up with the classes and along with the bare act, come and discuss everything. We are here to answer your queries. Yes, ma'am.
Definitely, definitely. Attendees, so our faculty is here to help you take admission and come here and clear all your doubts over here. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Ms. Rachna Bajaj. So ma'am, over to you for the content about the admission part of the university.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll just quickly do it. Okay. So good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and safe at your home. So I'll be just quickly sharing the glimpse of the university which you will be joining this year or most probably in the coming years. So first up in the list, we have LPU creating history when 12 out of 13 students won Olympic medals and brought laurels to the country. Moving ahead with the rankings, because I suppose it is one of the most important aspect a student should be considering before taking admission in any institute. First up in the list, we have the impact rankings, the Times Higher Education Impact Ranking 2022, where LPU has been ranked 74th globally. The other ranking of institution where LPU has been ranked 3rd in India. Moving ahead with the World University Rankings 2022, where LPU has been ranked 36th among top universities of India. So now let's talk about the campus life and exposure offered, because I suppose you will be making several memories in these classrooms and learning in these classrooms. So I'll just quickly show you what kind of infrastructure and exposure is available for our students. So first up in the list, we have 106th Indian Science Congress with the focal theme Future India, Science and Technology, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Moving ahead, we had Nobel laureate, the 14th Dalai Lama ji. He graced the 5th convocation at LPU. Former President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, he was here at LPU for twice for the convocation. Late Shri Arun Jaitley ji for the inauguration of LPU Startup School. Some familiar faces, we had motivational speaker Gaur Gopal Das ji. He interacted with the students and motivated them about life. Moving ahead, some of the heartthrobs, we had Shah Rukh Khan, Deepika Padukone, we had Sonam Kapoor, Coke Studio was organized at LPU campus, MS Dhoni and several others. So let's show you the infrastructure. So this is an inside view of our center. Library has approximately 20 lakh books in online mode as well. An outside view of our amphitheater. LPU has 2 to 3 amphitheaters where several Nukkad Natak theater acts take place for our students. An inside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium with capacity of 2,500 audience, being the largest in this region. An outside view of our university mall. Let's take you inside this mall and what kind of facilities are available for you. It has all the basic facilities, like if I talk about courier facilities, dining area, Domino's is there. Apart, academic students enjoy their student life, bowling area, snooker, and several games for our students. It's available inside the university mall. A gymnasium for our students, 24-hour facility of university hospital, ambulance facilities, and now this is an outside view of our indoor stadium, which has several sports facilities like a proper Olympic level swimming pool, 10 to 12 badminton courts for our students, shooting area, a beautiful picture clicked by one of our students, and mesmerizing night view of our university hostels. So before wasting any time, I'll quickly move ahead with the fees and the scholarship and how you can apply for admissions at LPU. So what you have to do is just simply visit our website www.lpu.in, and on the top you will see an icon of admissions where we have segregated all the law programs like all the programs rather, I would say. We have after 12th, we have after graduation, after post-graduation, and after 10th programs. So as we have students for law program, just click on after 12th, and all the programs which are available at LPU will be available in front of you. So here I'll click on law, and we have two programs under UG law, that is BA LLB and BBA LLB honors. So I'll just click on BBA LLB to show you the details of this program. The duration of this program goes 5 years with total 10 semesters, and the eligibility of this program goes minimum 60% in 12th with English as a compulsory subject. And student also need to qualify one of the national level test. It can be LPU NEST, which is organized by LPU, the National Entrance and Scholarship Test. It can be CLAT or LSAT. Moving ahead, we have listed down the rankings, the curriculum for next 5 years. And now here comes the most important part, that is the fees and the scholarship. Although the without scholarship fees for this program goes 1,20,000 per semester, but we have different categories on the basis of which you can avail scholarships as well. So first up in the list, we have scholarship on the basis of your last qualification. So let's say if you score between 80 to 89.9%, you will directly fall in category 3, that is of 28%, and your fees will be reduced to 86,400 per semester. If you scored even better, if you scored between 90 to 94.9% in your 12th, you will fall in category 2, that is of 38%, and your fees will be reduced to 74,400 per semester. Last but not the least, if you score 95% or above in your 12th, you will fall in category 1, that is of 48%, and your fees will be reduced to 62,400 per semester. In case if you couldn't score well in your 12th exam, you have LP NEST exam as well, because this test is not only for eligibility, but it will also help you avail better scholarships. So this is the cutoff and the minimum marks required to avail category 1, 2, or 3 scholarship benefit. Moving ahead, we have listed down some other scholarship benefits. You can also avail scholarship on the basis of national level tests like CLAT or LSAT. So this is the rank and percentile to fall in category 1, 2, and 3 accordingly. Some other special scholarships on the basis of innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship. If you have any such achievements, make sure that you share your certificates with us on our email ID, which is admissions@lpu.co.in. If you have any achievements in sports, or if you are a topper of education board in the exams conducted in 2022. Some financial aids for need-based, serving and retired, CAPF, paramilitary personnel and their dependents, orphans, financial aid to person with certain disability, and financial aid with certain disability in case the candidate is blind. So you can share such information with your near ones who are in need of such financial aids. Moving ahead, we have listed down some of the important dates. As you can see that the last date to apply for LP NEST application is 15th July 2022, that is today. So make sure that you apply for LP NEST exam if you haven't applied yet. And further, you will be allotted with exam dates between 6th June to 20th July, and within 24 working hours, your result will be declared for eligibility and for scholarship, and accordingly, you can proceed for admissions. In case if you have any queries, feel free to get in touch with us. We have listed down our contact details on the right side of the screen. The live video counseling icon is there, schedule a call icon, our WhatsApp team is available for you, and we have listed our helpline numbers also in case if you want to get in touch with us. So I'll wind up with one more important thing. We have already conducted such webinars, informative webinars in the past, and we will be keep conducting such webinars in the coming future. So if you want to go through or register for such webinars, just again simply click on admissions, and on the left side we have LPU's Edu-Fair webinars. So you can enroll yourself for such webinars to gain more information. So I hope this information was valuable to our students. Over to you, Ms. Ruby. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the detailed information about the admission part. So attendees, you have heard our mentorship. So I would suggest you that decisions determine destiny. So decide your own date and take the admissions as soon as possible. Well, so that's all for today. Thank you, attendees, for sparing time and participating in today's webinar. We appreciate you all for being here, and I believe your knowledge has been enriched by this webinar. Also, I would like to express my appreciation to the experts for their valuable contribution on the topic cybercrimes and legal remedies. Thank you so much. I'm sure your years of research, your years of experience will definitely help the audience to choose the right path. So with this, until next time, I, Ruby Gill, finally sign off the session. Thank you, everyone.